In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the back muscles with a few simple steps. With this knowledge, you will no longer need to hide your character's back. You'll also learn how the back muscles stretch and pull depending on the arm's movements. Let's get into it. So, the muscles of the back are a pretty daunting topic to tackle, so it's no surprise that lots of people avoid it, but not you. Let's take a look at a relaxed, straight back view and see the normal state of the muscles. After placing the basic building blocks for the head, its upper body and the neck, connecting the head with the body, let's add shoulders and upper arms, which is going to be a vital part for the movements of the back muscles. Alright, let's look at the most important muscle of the back, the trapezius. This muscle starts from the neck and it splits equally in the middle until about the half point of the back. From the neck, the muscle looks like two cylinders, and from about the middle point of the neck, these two are going to be triangles, going until the shoulders. From the shoulders point, this muscle will go down to that midpoint in the back, making the form of its muscle look like a kite. From the shoulders part, there is a cut on the shape that will also look like a small triangle. So this big shape will still look like an upside down triangle, but with two parts cut out. The next important thing is a diamond-like shape on the level of the shoulders. Inside this shape sits the 7th vertebrae. Let's clear some guidelines and better define the trapezius under the head. These two parts are usually thinner and you could see other parts of the neck near it, like the sternocleidomastoid. Alright, let's look at how the deltoid sits on the back view. The deltoid outer shape for this angle can be done with 3 lines, closing in the outer part of the sphere. After that, we need to bring the shape back, so we must show the muscle, or the line in this case, overlapping and coming around the cylindrical shape of the arm. It will rotate up, then horizontally, and then will close below the trapezius. We'll see more details about the deltoid later, since it's also a complex and important muscle. We can show and define the tricep, the muscle on the back part of the arm, like this. We will see bumps of it close on the half of the cylinder, then it will have a square gap in the middle, like so. Let's add some labels for these muscles, and then let's copy the muscles for the other side. Alright, let's move on to the next set of muscles, the latissimus dorsi, or lats. They will start from under the bottom part of the trapezius, going down, then instantly up. These muscles will wrap around the front of the body and connect to the side of the pectorals. The next set of muscles will be under the sides of the trapezius. It will be 2 arcs like this. If you noticed, this will make the muscles of the back look like a sort of an insect face, with these last 2 looking like the eyes. Now that you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. But seriously, if you think of it like that, you'll have an easier time understanding the muscles of the back. Alright, let's place a line inside of these eyes, separating 2 sets of muscles, which is going to be the infraspinatus and the teres major. There's also a third muscle inside, the rhomboid, but this one is pretty small, so it's often skipped when drawing. This leaves us with the lower back muscles, and these ones will be the glutes for the butt, and the last muscles will be the obliques that will sit between the glutes and the lats. Alright, this covers the muscles of the back, the most important ones at least. There is one thing that you should know before moving on forward. For us to understand how these muscles will move, we need to understand that a part of the trapezius and the deltoid are connected to the scapula. The scapula is the bone of the back that looks something like this. This is a very simplified version of it, but it looks like an upside down triangle. The side part of the trapezius and the rear part of the deltoid will be attached to the top part of the scapula. It is actually not the top side of the scapula, but a bone part that sticks out. But for simplicity's sake, I will show it like this. Notice that the bottom part of the trapezius kind of follows the scapula, going down alongside it. Alright, let's see how the muscles move when the arms are stretched up. If we have a character moving his arms up, the scapula is going to be rotating and moving up. And with the scapula rotating, the trapezius will compress a little bit on the top, but it will get big at the middle and stretch a little bit at the bottom part. For the deltoid, we will see 3 parts of it. The front part will look the smallest. The middle part will look like it's starting on the back side for this angle. And the rear part will look the biggest. All 3 parts will converge in a teardrop shape towards the bicep part, on the arm cylinder. And the third part, the top part of it, will connect under the trapezius on the scapula. The lats are going to look pretty much the same, or you can make the arc a little bit more straight. Though, thinking about it, maybe you could go even more up in this position, since it wraps and closes up to the side of the pectorals, and the pectorals are now sitting higher. Inside the eyes, the infraspinatus will look a little bit farther from the center. And for this position, I noticed that is the teres major that will make the connection to the bottom of the tricep on the arm. Alright, something that we must add here is a little bit of skin on the trapezius. It comes from the gap inside of the deltoid part in the middle. This will connect the shape of the trapezius and still make the trapezius look like a triangle or a kite from this position. The rest of the muscles from the lower sides of the back will look the same. So, to finalize this, I'll just draw a form contour to show how much the muscle will compress, compared to the first relaxed state. And I'll also just make a small adjustment to the length of the trapezius, making the length more correct. This will be the general rules for the back. Now, it's time to look at some examples from the back from different angles. Let's draw a character from a back 3/4 angle from the top view. After adding the basic form that we need for this mannequin, let's add the arms going in front, being perpendicular to the body. With a line going from the neck, we must split the back in the middle to see the shape of the back. The back will be more extruding at the top side below the neck, and it's going to go in for the parts in between the torso and the pelvis box. We can add the diamond shape under the neck. The part closer to us is going to look bigger than the part away from us. This will be for everything in this angle, and some parts we won't even see, since they will be covered from the closest part. After working on this drawing and getting frustrated since I didn't use reference, I was about to give up on it. Then a quick little fix made me accept it. All I had to do is to add even more volume to the back, making it look even more curved. The lesson here, use reference if you don't know how something works. Let's look at a side profile pose. Knowing where the neck starts, at the bottom of the ears, it becomes easier to connect the neck to the head and the torso. The upper torso and the pelvis will create an arc, and the shoulders will be sitting very low on the side. After drawing the deltoid and making its rear part longer, it's easier to know where the side of the trapezius will be, and it will rotate to the center of the back. The teres major and the infraspinatus part will go around and end up under the shoulder, and later I'll connect to the tricep. For the lats, they will go from the initial point and connect near the pectorals. Speaking of which, one will be visible from here. Let's draw another view directly from the back. This time the arms will go to the back. And what that will do, it will make the trapezius look very compressed. The teres major will look covered by the arms here, but it will also be compressed. Alright, to finish this lesson, let's see how the trapezius will look from the front. Since it creates the neck, it will also appear in the front. So, from this angle, the trapezius starts also under the ear, and it will end up at the clavicle. It will attach at about half of the length of it on both sides. The other muscle that will be visible at the neck will be the sternocleidomastoid. And that will be it for the back muscles and some neck muscles. Thank you for watching this video. If you got value out of it, give it a like and subscribe. More videos like this will be coming. Alright, I'll catch you in the next session.